What's going on, guys? It's Professor Gnome, and today I wanted to take a look at Pawmot EX and Pawmot just regular, since I kind of forgot these cards existed until I resaw them the other day, where I was just kind of like looking around through cards. And I actually don't think they're in that bad of a spot right now, since you have the attack Levin Strike, where you discard 2 electric energies from this Pokemon. This attack does 220 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. The reason why this is really good is because right now Electric kind of has a good type matchup. So one of the things that you're going to be able to do is not only one-shot Lugia if it's in the active, but you're going to be able to snipe out higher HP targets, things like a Luminion on the bench or a Squawkabilly taking 2 prize cards, as well as even lower HP targets. So in the Iron Hands matchup, it's not too hard to snipe out a couple different targets, as well as in something like a Lugia matchup. Not only are you hitting Lugia for weakness, but you can even Levin Strike down the Archeops as well, and pretty much shut off their deck. So the card works out pretty well. And then for the regular Pawmot, what you can do is you hit for 230, which means pretty much any basic EX, except for Raging Bolt, you're going to be able to knock out in one hit. And what it does is you just need 3 energy, and then you discard all the energy from the Pokemon, which would be typically kind of annoying, but it's actually not that bad thanks to the Electrogenesis ability, where what it does is that once per turn you can search your deck for an electric energy and attach it to this Pokemon. So as long as it's set up at either a turn behind or whatever, and you can drop one from hand, you can have it all the way powered up. Or if you have 2 on the field, what we'll be able to do is just use our energy switch, and we can even do the same thing for our Pawmot EX. If we have it in the active, we use Levin Strike to drop some damage counters down. Then if we have 2 more, or even just 1 regular Pawmot, we can use the Electrogenesis, energy switch onto it, attach from hand, and do it all over again. So we're able to power ourselves up pretty quickly. We are running 2 copies of Miraidon. This is in order to use Tandem Unit to get out all of our cards, make it a little bit more reliable, and also means we don't have to run things like the Buddy Poffin, since it would only be helpful for the Pawmi. And then our Radiant of choice is obviously just Greninja, since we just want some extra draw power. One thing that we are running that is a little bit interesting is we're actually running the Vitality Band. This is specifically for Raging Bolt, since it is 240. We want to be able to get the one-shot knockout on it as much as possible, so that's why we run that. And then our A-Spec of choice is just Prime Catcher, because again, we want to be picking what targets we're attacking as consistently as we possibly can. So yeah, this is the list, guys. Be sure to let me know what you think of the list and any changes that you would make, as well as what you want to see next on the channel. I know that we have a couple requests right now, so I am working on those. I know that Steelix was requested and a couple other things as well. So don't worry, I am working on those and just kind of building out a list for them as well. And yeah, also be sure to join the community Discord. The link to that will be in the description, as well as the deck list for this video. And then also will be the entry link to our community Discord tournament. That will be at Saturday at 6 or 6:30. I can't remember. All the information will be down below. You just follow the link. The access code is GNOME, G-N-O-M-E. So feel free to enter, or I might even just bother turning off the access code. But you'll be able to enter. It's completely for free. There is prizing, so feel free to join that and have fun with it. And then yeah, for the final announcement, I am going to do a small little challenge for myself in this video. I know that I say the word a lot, and so starting from game 1 going forward, if I say it more than like 10 times, I'll do some sort of like giveaway in the next video, so somebody keep track of that and kind of point it out if I pass 10 or how many times I do it. So yeah, that's gonna be all the announcements and stuff like that, and I'll see you guys in game 1 in a moment. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 1. We're gonna be going first, but we did mulligan here, so we'll see what we get and what our opponent's playing in a moment. We see the Ghastly Sleeves, pretty cool. Obviously that doesn't tell us much. We'll see what we open. Not terrible. We have our Miraidon, Arven, and the evolution. We see Greninja, which doesn't tell us a whole lot. This Nest Ball should reveal a little bit more of what we're up against. Okay, we're up against Chen Pal. That's actually not bad at all. One, because we'll be able to 11 strike not only the Chen Pals down, but also the Vex Caliburs whenever we want. And we also hit for 230, so like we can always get past the Chen Pal EX with our Pawmot, like, regular. We see an Ultra Ball. I guess that would just be to get a second Frigibax. Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say, and I assume they pass from there. Okay, so the Pawmo being in hand is like kind of annoying. Because obviously I want to go for evolution. We'll go tandem unit. Grab ourselves one more. We can go ahead and throw the evolution down for now. We'll go Arven. We can just go straight Electric Generator here. Or we could go Nest Ball and get Greninja. I think that's what we're gonna do. We'll go Nest Ball, grab ourselves Greninja. Seal Stone. Really? Alright. We can still make this work. But in a way I don't really want to. What I could do is I could Star Alchemy, find myself Super Rod, Ultra Ball these away. And Super Rod them back into the deck. And I really don't want to have to do this play, but I really feel like it's like what I have to do. Like at this point, I'm so in this play that it's like the only way I'm going to get this to work. So we'll Super Rod here. Put everything back into the deck. And then we'll go Evolution for 1 and 1. Alright. So that's kind of what we had to do. I don't love it, especially if they, you know, if they just go Greninja here and KO both of them, then that's absolutely tragic. And we had to commit a lot of resources to get that done. But unfortunately, I think it's just like kind of the play we had to make. Seeing the Prime Catcher, though, fills me with some sort of joy that I don't think we're going to get Greninja'd. Which is nice. Which means on this turn, we should be able to evolve both of these, kind of deny the threat, and go from there. Even if our Rotom gets knocked out, that just kind of is what it is. We have to just accept that. Alright, our Rotom not getting knocked out there is pretty big for us, actually. So we can evolve. Go Arven. From here, I think we just Generator. Try to get some energies on board. We do get 2. Pretty big. And then we'll instant charge from here. Alright. That was huge. So, if they make Baxcalibur on this turn, and put all the energy onto Chen-Pal, knock out our Rotom V, that's really fine for us. We'll be able to snipe out the Baxcalibur, depending on hand size and like where the game goes. Which is probably what we'll end up doing. There's a Super Rod for 3 energies back in the... Really? Kind of figured with more Super Rods available, you'd want to just leave them in deck. Or leave them in the discard pile, rather. Okay, that's honestly even better for us. At this point, we're going to retreat. Bring the Pawmo EX in. We'll go ahead and Electro Generator. I feel like adding the energies into the deck too is also like just worse because it's going to make it harder to actually like get anything done. We'll knock out the one on the bench because like why not? Keep this stuck in the active for right now. The Rare Candy and the boss is pretty big. The other thing that's nice is that these don't have retreat costs. So I can actually just alternate them. Yeah, like you would think they would have waited on the Super Rod because you want to, like, you want to thin your deck out as much as possible. Like, the barrel isn't helpful there. The Iono's fine with us. There's some electric generators. Alright, so they had to have gotten Rare Candy off that. Yep. So they'll go Rare Candy backs. Then they'll go a barrel right after. They're nowhere near enough energies to actually KO us. So if we draw into an energy, we can just KO this immediately, or not even if we draw into it, if we just hit one off the generator. So unfortunately for my opponent, they kind of bricked a little bit, which is kind of rough. We do get the Arven, so we'll go ahead and Arven first. We could grab the energy switch here. The main thing is, like, I want to knock out the Baxcalibur to stop them, but at this point, because I'm already so far ahead, I'm just going to go ahead and knock out the Chen-Pals. And we'll just keep the Prime Catcher available. Ooh, missing the generator sucks. We'll Genesis here. Alright, I'm actually really not happy about that. We're gonna go ahead and retreat. We'll go into Miraidon. I was just really banking on the fact that we'd hit Generator there. I could have searched for a second. I could have searched for a second generator with the Arven, but I just kind of assumed I'd hit the 1 energy. But I did not. But it's fine. I can still Electrogenesis and make the same play on the following turn. Keep this around. We'll see what our opponent chooses to do. They are gathering a bunch of energy. They should have Shivery Chilled before using Greninja. They spread all their prize cards out. Or prize cards, energy. Draws them 2. There's an Irida. I don't even know what they'd want to... I mean, they could make a second Excalibur if they want. At this point, Greninja's not really a threat, though. They'll be able to knock out Miraidon, but we don't really care about that. We kind of put that in to get KO'd. So we can bring the Pawmot into the active. The vacuum is not useful, but that's fine. We can tandem unit, get ourselves another Pawmot out the deck. That way we can Rare Candy for it later. But at this point, we're just going to get rid of the vacuum and the Vitality Band. Both of these are useless. And we'll grab ourselves the Pawmot out our deck. We see 2 boss, 2 gen, and 4 more energy. So we definitely have options. And then from here, we can Electrogenesis. Place the energy down. What I actually want to do, pull this up, bring this in, retreat this back out, and bring in the Pawmot all over again. The reason for that is I just want to remove as much energy off the board as possible to make their following Chien-Pao a little bit weaker. We did get an energy, which is good for us, as well as a switch. But yeah, I want to make this as weak as possible for energy that they, you know, want to be able to discard. And also put as many... Alright, so they did have the superior energy retrieval, so it's not going to end up mattering. But kind of the point was, if I left it on board, right, like they just have more energy to be able to work with for more damage, I'd rather like force them to have to use it now to kind of stack all over again. So they're going to spread everything back out. Irida again after. For Crushing Hammer. Why do they play that? Also notice that I played Great Ball. 2 cards I don't agree with. In this deck anyway. So, depending on our draw here, you know, we can change up what we want to do. But if we get a generator and we hit, then we can just KO the active with Pawmot EX. Or even if we get a energy switch, if we get an Arven, or a second energy that we can discard with Greninja. All of that kind of works all the same for us. Definitely becoming a closer game than it should have. Waiting quite a while for our opponent to take the last prize card. We'll lead Pawmot since we already have the switch. We do get the energy switch, so that's going to go ahead and just be the game, since what we can do is go Electric Generator, or Electric Genesis rather, search out the energy, hit the energy switch, and then manually attach. Go ahead and 11 strike for 220, which is all we need to knock out the Gen Pal and grab our last two prizes. There's our final Arven and another energy. So yeah, that's going to be game number one. Our opponent kind of bricked a little bit early, which definitely helped us a bit, but we were able to pull it back in the end. And it was kind of a closer game than it probably should have been. I don't think we played it as well as we could have, but we made it work. Missing that generator earlier on in the game kind of helped bail them out, and admittedly, I probably shouldn't have gotten greedy with the Prime Catcher, and I probably should have just gone double generator to guarantee the play. But, you know, you live and you learn. That's going to be game number one, though, and I'll see you guys in game number two in a moment. Peace. Alright, we're in a game number two. We open okay. Not the best open we could have. We are going to be going second. We see a Rotom from our opponent. Cool Ultra Ball. Oh, what is this? As long as this Pokemon is active, spend all damage on your bench from attack from bench Pokemon. I guess? I mean, it's a Miraidon list, clearly, but I don't really see the point in the Thundurus. It doesn't even have, like, a free retreat. But looks like we're both going to be playing a very similar game. We see the TM evolution. We're going to go ahead and get Miraidon here. We'll go Tandem Unit, grab ourselves another Miraidon and our Rotom. And then our other Miraidon will go ahead, grab double Pawmi. And we could go evolution here. But the problem, we could. The problem is that if I go evolution, I get to evolve both of these, in theory, which is good. The problem is I don't get anything after. Like, I'm still stuck needing to instant charge. Yeah, so I'll just go for it now. The problem is the other cards in my hand are all too dead. Like, I don't have anything to work with. So I can't really risk going for the play. Now, if they do nothing on this turn, I'm going to go for it, but I'm kind of surprised they did that, because, like, wouldn't they want to get, like, another Electric Generator out? No, they just go straight instant charge. Okay, now I can actually just evolve. So what we'll do is we'll attach. We'll go ahead and generator. We do get one hit. Slap that there. And then from here, we can go ahead and evolution. This will thin our deck out a little bit, which will be nice, but also more importantly help us if we can get ourselves into like an Ultra Ball or whatever to actually start getting some aggression on the board. I'm surprised they're playing so slowly. There's an Ultra Ball. I assume this will make the VMAX. Yep. But that's fine. All of the targets that we need to be able to KO are all already on the board. Super Rod for triple energy. I think we'll probably just end up bossing up the Iron Hands. I was trying to hold it, but I think I'm going to have to just give it up. They are going to be able to take 2 prizes on this turn. I was hoping to put them at like an odd prize trade, but it just is what it is. Alright, I really don't need the Rare Candy. Right now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and Nest Ball out the Greninja. So that way I can concealed cards, dig a little bit deeper into my deck. We do find the Seal Stone, which is going to be really big for us. Because here's going to be our play. We're going to Star Alchemy here. Find ourselves the Pawmot EX. Evolve. Place the energy down. Then what we can do is Boss's Orders. Pull the Iron Hands into the active so we can have something trapped there that we won't really have to deal with right now. Discard these, and then we'll take out the Raikou V since it's the only thing with energy actually on it. Grab 2 more prize cards, and then what we can do on our next turn is we'll attach the energy to the Pawmot. We can energy swap the Pawmi's energy over to it and literally do the exact same play all over again. Where is like this can't do anything. Like they're gonna have to find a card to retreat it or something similar. They don't have anything that's gonna be able to one-shot my Pawmi EX. So, or Pawmot EX rather. So we're like completely fine here. And on the next turn, we just take out the Miraidon. So we're just going to keep this thing trapped here and just make it useless and kind of a liability. They go Generator again. They only get 1 hit. There's another one. So do they have... Okay, so they have Switch, but that's fine. This shouldn't do it. Oh, they have Max Belt too. Okay, now this is a problem. It does exactly 300. Alright, we have to, like, get ourselves into Ultra Ball. We'll play this into the active for right now. Alright, we'll Generator. We don't get anything. That's so heartbreaking. We have to Tandem Unit to thin our deck out. We arguably should have done that before the Generator. We'll go concealed here. We do get the boss's orders and another energy. So we'll go energy onto the Pawmi. Alright. We're going to hold off on bossing. Because they need another switch. Alright. We have the Ultra Ball. So we can get this to work out. They have boss's owners, but they can't attack. At least not with Miraidon EX. There's one energy. Manually retreat. So they can't manually retreat again. They go instant charge. Alright, we're back in the game. Alright, so here's going to be the play. We Super Rod. Put Pawmi, double energy back in the deck. Then what we do is Ultra Ball. Get rid of the Vacuum and the Nest Ball. Grab ourselves the Pawmi EX. We evolve. Rare Candy. We go ahead and Electrogenesis. Get ourselves an extra energy. We energy swap. Move that over. Switch. Bring this in. Then boss's orders. Pull this back up. Make the same play as before. We Levin Strike. And take out the max belt. Grab ourselves 2 more energy. Or 2 more prize cards. Alright. And now we have the Prime Catcher and energy in hand with the ability to Electrogenesis. And that's going to be the game. Whew. Alright. Big kind of comebacks like right there at the end part. That was definitely stressful. They got everything they needed in order to knock out our Pawmot before, but we were able to make it work and win game 2. So super, super close. Very fun little sequence there as well on how to figure out how to get the win. But yeah, so that's game number 2. We'll jump into game number 3 in just a moment, and I'll see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're in game number 3, and we're going to be going first. We open kind of interestingly. Not positive what we want to do here. Dang, I said it. I'm in game 3. Am I safe? Have I said it that many times? I just caught myself on this one, not the other ones. I think I'm safe. We'll do it like this. Okay. So we'll go Sealstone, concealed cards. We'll have to burn our Sealstone early, but that's okay. What we'll do is we'll Sealstone for the Nest Ball. Use Nest Ball to get Miraidon. Tandem unit for double Pawmi. And we can attach an energy, and then we will instant charge. The reason for reference why I used the Nest Ball instead of just grabbing the Miraidon naturally is once I have my board kind of set up like this, the Nest Balls aren't going to be as relevant, and so they're going to kind of become dead. So I want to be able to use it now, get it out of my deck, and still get the same play rather than having it in there and kind of taking up space later on. So depending on how this turn goes, we do have options. We can Arven to find ourselves like a Rare Candy or something like that. Our Greninja may get knocked out here, but that's not the biggest deal in the world. They go Iono, so our Greninja won't get knocked out this turn. And that's pretty big for us. We do have a boss's orders. We have Arven as well. So, like, same thing. That can help find us the Rare Candy. It can also find us the Vitality Band to be able to knock out the Raging Bolts in one shot. They'll probably just go Burst Roar here. They do discard a Switch, which works out for us. They didn't go Burst Roar, so whatever they have in their hand, they really want to keep. So we'll evolve Pawmot there. We don't really need the energy as much, but we'll go Arven first. Go Rare Candy and Band. We can Rare Candy evolve. We can Genesis in order to thin our deck out a little bit before we go ahead and use Greninja. We get the energy switch and another Pawmot. From here, what we'll do is go Tandem Unit. Bring that out. And we can Pokestop here, see if we get the switch. We didn't, but the Ultra Ball works out for us for following turns. We'll be able to instant charge. Alright, pretty big. Because we essentially now have a boss for every turn. And we have the energy switch, so we're guaranteed to be able to get the attack off on the following turn. What we'll be able to do is, if our Greninja gets knocked out here, which obviously it will, we don't really have to care that much. We bring in our new Pawmot, we attach the Vitality Band, and knock this out. By that point, we'll be able to have a new one, kind of already powered up, and go from there. And we can even Arven and start looking for other generators and stuff like that, just to keep powering our board up. So we bring in our Pawmot. You thought you were safe, you fool. We'll go ahead and use the Rare Candy to make this one. Then what we'll do is we'll manually attach here. Then what I actually want to do is I want to Ultra Ball here. We can get rid of this, and we'll get rid of one Arven. Grab myself the Pawmot EX. Evolve. Then I can go Electrogenesis. Do it again. Then what I can do is use the energy switch from here, placing that down, so that way this one is guaranteed to be powered up on our following turn. I still have access to Arven, as well as Boss and things like that. So what I can do is Arven, grab myself an energy switch. Actually, go ahead and grab the generator. And then, how many energy do I have in my discard? 3? Yeah. So I can go Super Rod, put 3 energy back into my deck, just to make it slightly easier. Is there anything we can hit tandem unit? Yeah. One more Pawmi. So we'll go generator here. We get 2 hits, which is super big, because now the Pawmot EX is fully powered, making my life a whole lot easier. So we can go Electro Pulse here, knock out the Raging Bolt, take 2 prizes. The Rare Candy and Ultra Ball, not really as relevant right now, but it's totally fine. Since at this point, really, we're looking to just knock out the 2 Ogre Pawns in the back. So we can use Boss on 1, knock it out, and then we can Arven to find Prime Catcher to knock out the other one. And they're not going to go for like an Iono or anything like that at this point in the game, because they're going to need the Vitality every turn. So we don't really have anything we need to be like actually worried of. The Vitality Band doing exactly what its job was. We see the earthen vessels coming out. They're really digging for that Vitality. We'd have to assume they already have it, right? There's the fighting energy. You spin the stop for a switch and a retrieval. Yep, there it is. Honestly, at this rate, if they're just knocking out single prizers, they may actually just deck themselves out. I'm surprised they haven't played like a Bravery Charm or anything down though. They're potentially not running it, but I wouldn't agree with that. I feel like you would at least run 2 no matter what. So they knock that out. That's fine with us. We bring in our Pawmot EX. Just because the main reason why we're gonna bring this one in and why we're gonna use it first is because of the fact that we do the most damage with this, but also it's just gonna be like a little bit harder for them to like actually get KOs and things like that. Doing it like attacking into this, like it's gonna cost them a lot more energy and things like that, so it just kind of works out in our favor to do it that way. We can go ahead and 11 strike. Dropping the damage, knocking this out. Taking 2 more prizes. We get Miraidon and a Nest Ball. And then what we'll do is really just go Arven, grab ourselves Prime Catcher, and just pull this up and knock it out. There's another 2 mask. The energy retrievals. But yeah, we just put this up in the active as well because of the fact that the teal masks we have to be able to boss them in order for us to attack them with the 11 strike. So in this case, it just kind of works out better. Like, we're going to have to use our boss as the first thing anyway, so we may as well just do it then. They spin the stop. They do lose out on a Bravery Charm. Again, I'm surprised they haven't been playing them. There's the Pokestop. That will grab them. Oh, they take Boss's Orders. Okay, that was a bad play. They shouldn't have gone Vitality. They should have bossed up this. Because then I'd be left with nothing with energy on it, and they can't know if I'm going to be able to repower this or not. Like, I guess because they've seen me play energy switches, they're, like, not willing to risk it. But, yeah, that's a dangerous play. But I guess the boss just confirms for next turn. So we'll bring this in. We do have the boss's orders. We'll go Nest Ball here just to look in our deck. Okay. So, really bad news. We don't have the Prime Catcher. Alright. So, we have to Electrogenesis here. Alright, we can fix this. We'll go ahead, Rare Candy, bring this into the active, use our free retreat. Bring this, and then we'll just boss. So, we got a little lucky with being able to just draw into our boss's orders. That really, really helped us, but also at the same time, I'm gonna count the luck balanced out by the fact that the Prime Catcher that we needed to win was in the prize cards, so we'll count it as an equal play. Like, we'll count it as all fair. But that's gonna be game number 3. I hope you guys like the list and like the deck. I think it's a lot of fun to play, so I highly recommend giving it a try. Definitely let me know any changes or alterations that you'd make to it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Even if you think you're subscribed, just check again, because I know a lot of people message me about that they watch and they thought they were subscribed, but they really weren't. So be sure to just check that. And yeah, be sure to join the community Discord, as well as look out for the community Discord tournament this coming Saturday. It's free to enter, and there is prizing and stuff like that, so be sure to enter that if you're interested. And also, as my final kind of little announcement, I'm not counting any of the ums at the bottom of the, or right now. So at the end of, when game 3 ended, that's when that challenge ended. Don't count any of these ums. But, yeah, so, and then lastly, if you are I've talked about this in a couple of my other videos, if you are a Pokemon channel that does TCG or VGC or any kind of Pokemon content, and you're looking to do videos together or collab or anything like that, be sure to let me know either in the comments of this video on Discord, or you can email me. My email is in the About tab on the channel, just to kind of reach out to do some collaborative work. I think it would be really fun, so I'm just trying to kind of give back to the community and also just kind of get more involved in it. So if you want to kind of do a video together or anything like that, be sure to let me know. And yeah, that's about it. I will see you guys all in the next video. Thanks.